First, let me give a shout out to Demetrius Jones for sending me this article. And it's another one of my subscribers. They left a comment under the video I did on the Petty Pendergrass video about Dylan Roof. And they had mentioned Michael Drechka's name. And I was wondering why they mentioned his name with the sock and the lock thing that I did a video about him before. And I'm like, why I didn't question why they mentioned it, but now I know why. So if y'all remember last week, I believe it was, I did a video about Michael Drechka and how he got attacked by somebody in the prison where he was at when someone put a lock inside of a sock and knocked him over the head with it, and he had to get 5 stitches. Well, if you look in the picture right here, you see 2 people. On the right, we know that's Michael Drechka. But on the left, that is Benjamin Martin, the guy who knocked him over the head with the sock in the lock. And his name is Benjamin Martin. Before I go any further, bravo. And might I say encore if possible. So he is the one that is responsible for doing this. Now, I'm not going to, this is not going to be a long video because basically it gives an update to what happened. And the only update is now we know who it is. And they asked him why he did it. And he said because he was responsible for killing his brother, Marquise McLaughlin. So when I first read that, I was like, oh, so Marquise McLaughlin had a brother that was in jail. But then when I was reading further into the article, they said they had no relation. So I was like, oh, he just called him his brother because that's how he saw him as, as another black man. Now, that, ladies and gentlemen, is called being on code. He saw Marquise McLaughlin, a man that he doesn't even know his brother. And he knows about what happened. Remember, I always tell y'all that these inmates, they hear these stories. They hear the stories because they're allowed to have access to the news. Some of them have cell phones in those prisons, quiet as it's kept. But a lot of them hear these stories. So when he heard about this, apparently it pissed him off, just like with the whole Dylan Roof situation. But then again, that was such a high profile situation. I don't think anybody would have not known about that unless they were blind, deaf, or dead. So, kudos. And shout out to this brother for doing what he felt he had to do. And mind you, Michael Drechka was only in that prison for 4 months. Christopher Scarver and the one that put hands on what's his name? Dylan Roof would be proud. More of this should happen because it's more than well deserved. Now notice all 3 of those situations that I just mentioned to you with this guy here, the one who put hands on Dylan Roof, and Christopher Scarver, who was the one that killed Jeffrey Dahmer back in the day. All 3 of these are black men. All 3 of the people they attacked were white men, palm-colored men, but they had reason to do what they did. And all 3 of those men were racist as fuck and were responsible for the killing of other black men. Now, with Dylan Roof, it was a mixed bag because it was black men and black women, but you get my drift. So it shows you there that even on the inside, those inmates that, get locked up into the system, whether they may deserve to be there or they're there because, this system sucks, but it is what it is, they will still put hands on these racists. That's crazy. Because see, the thing is, they have them in a position where they're trapped. They're not allowed to get away. And the same thing happened to, what's his name? The one who killed Laquan McDonald. Remember they said someone put hands on him. And which is why he had to get transferred. But notice we haven't really heard anything about him lately. I forgot his damn name already. Someone in the comments down below, let me know and remember what his name is. Not that I really care, but for context purposes. But shout out to this individual for standing up for his brother. He called that man his brother and he didn't even know who he was. Now that, like I told you, is called being on code. And he's on the inside. He's in jail. He knows that he can face charges, and I think they say he is going to get additional charges on top of whatever he's in there for. And to be honest, I don't even know why he's in there. At this point, I really don't care. All I know is this. He did what he felt he had to do. He didn't completely torture him, but he did break skin because he had to get stitches. So that's fine with me. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Make sure you follow me on Twitter if you haven't done so already. Have your notifications turned on, and I will talk to you in the next one.